Yoga comes from the word yuj, meaning unification. And people say yoga connects. Yoga connects me with the people. What does this connect mean? There are different interpretations, but what is known is that yoga unifies one's personal consciousness to the cosmic consciousness. That is the end point. But there are series of steps a sadhaka of yoga has to go through in the process. In fact, it is a lifestyle. He has to practice a lifestyle that leads this individual to the final aim of unifying oneself with the cosmic consciousness, or in other words, transcending oneself from this worldly life to that of a divine life. In the process, one has to perform several steps of sadhanas, what they call as, and the credit goes to the sage Patanjali, who codified this lifestyle practice into several limbs of our activity. He called them as the Ashtanga Yoga. The Ashtanga, when he says, include some of the do's and the don'ts, also called as the Yama and Niyamas. He also prescribed physical postures called the Yogasanas, and then some training to our breath called as the Pranayama. We then move on to a journey within by withdrawing our senses inwards, the Pratyahara, and then training ourselves to focus on a single point, coming away from all the distractions, the dharana, then be engaged in that concentration of the meditation, the dhyana, which leads us to this unification, the samadhi. So these steps, although often used as steps, the practitioners of yoga believe these are parallel limb activities. They keep going. The former is called as the Bahiranga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, and even for some Pratyahara is considered as the Bahiranga Yoga. Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi are the Antaranga Yogas. While all these practices mean yoga, in popular language, yoga means the yogasanas and for some just the pranayama. Yogasanas are physical postures. If used as mere physical activity, they have limited purpose. But if practiced in the yogic tradition, which include focusing oneself on the postures, being slow, being steady, synchronizing these movements which lead to the posture with the appropriate breathing, and then being mindful and relaxed all through the posture. We always mistake the movements as the yogasana. The final posture is the yogasana. The movements are mere steps. The asana itself is the posture which we finally reach in different steps, going in to the posture and holding the posture with full attention and with ease and with steadiness is the yogasana. Yogasana, if practiced properly, Each asana has a distinct benefit. We at NIMHANS have put together certain different yogasana practices with the pranayama and some brief forms of meditation in some individuals as a package, also called as the modules, which have been validated by experts who are using these procedures for different therapeutic applications, and then have tested some of these modules in clinical practice, validated them further in terms of their effectiveness in treating certain known psychiatric and even some neurological conditions. Schizophrenia, depression, anxiety disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder are some of the examples of conditions wherein we have developed these yoga therapy modules. We have also done some work and tested some yoga practices in improving the memory that goes down in elderly individuals, also called as the mild cognitive deficit. In these people, at the later ages of their life, when they notice their memory is coming down, they want some help. It could well, in some individuals, be the forerunner of a impending dementia, and we have found that the yoga practices help memory symptoms, their sleep, and in some occasions we have also seen that the memory centers of the brain actually are protected by practice of yogasana. We have also seen that some of the yoga practices like Om, chanting, have differential effects on brain centers, which could be a indicator that the yogasana practice is working at a neurophysiological level in bringing out benefits. 21st June is the International Day of Yoga. We all practice yoga in masses together. That gives a feeling of being together and gets us a feeling of being united. Yoga has received international recognition. The international bodies have now declared and have recognized 21st June as the International Day of Yoga, thanks to the intervention by the current administration in Delhi, which made a case in the UN for including yoga and declaring 21st June as the International Day of Yoga. The second International Day of Yoga will be celebrated on 21st of this month, the Tuesday. Come, let's all practice yoga and be together and forget differences and bring in harmony to this country.